Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone, and we begin with a recap of the just concluded Commonwealth Games held in Birmingham, England. The Games climaxed on Sunday with Australia finishing atop the medal standings with 67 gold, 57 silver and 54 bronze for a total of 178 medals. Host nation England finished second with 57 gold medals, 66 silver and 53 bronze, with Canada copying third place with 26 gold, 32 silver and 34 bronze. With regards to the Caribbean, Jamaica was the highest placed country at 12th with 6 gold, 6 silver and 3 bronze for a total of 15 medals. Trinidad and Tobago in 15th position was the next Caribbean nation with 3 gold, 2 silver and a bronze for a total of 6 medals. Leighton, the Commonwealth Games are over. Would you say it was a respectable performance from the Caribbean nations?
Yeah, respectable, yes, especially from the context of Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, because 15 medals for Jamaica represents a downgrade from the last Commonwealth Games with 27 medals, and 22 in 2006 and 2014. I don't think Jamaican contingent would be particularly happy because this team was a lot weaker in terms of the talent pool. But for Barbados, this is massive. I mean, when you look at what Shade Williams has done, first Barbadian ever to win a gold medal in the 400 meters for women, and Jonathan Jones, the first Barbadian to win a medal in the men's 400 meters. That's massive. And of course, what Jeremy Richards did for Trinidad and Tobago is exceptional. Nicholas Paul as well. I mean, you look at the talent that's coming out of these countries now, given the challenges that they've had in the past. They would represent a really big step forward for both countries. But for Jamaica, not so much. Yeah, Jamaica did well in the events that we're expected to do well, but as opposed to in previous years, nobody in the 100-meter finals, nobody in the 400-meter finals, well, somebody in the 400-meter, but no medals there. And of course, the relays were particularly weak, so I don't think Jamaica would not necessarily be satisfied because of what we've done previously, and that's how we in Jamaica.
I know what you mean, Leighton. And what would you say would have contributed to that decline in the number of medals for Jamaica? Maybe a couple of factors.
Primarily, I think the Jamaican men's team was weak. When you look at what happened in 2014, for example, Kamara Bailey-Cole winning the 100, of course, and I think Jamaica had a 1, 2, 3 in the 200. That was 2014. Yeah, of course, 2018 as well. They did well in the sprints. The only strength that Jamaica showed in the sprints at these games was Liam Thompson-Herro, because even the relay team was weak.
Yes.
The men's team, men didn't feel a team. And of course, the women's team finished third, 43.06. Compare that to the under-20 team at the World Under-20 Championships that ran 42.59. This was a very weak Jamaican team. Had it not been for Liam Thompson's speed at the end, Jamaica may very well have been offered the podium for that event as well. So I think in terms of the track and field strength, which is Jamaica's strength, the team wasn't as strong as in previous years.
Yeah, well, on Sunday, Jamaica's Sunshine Girls went down 55-51 to Australia in the gold medal of the netball competition. Leighton facing the #1 ranked team in the world twice in the same tournament. It proved a hill too steep, but a valiant effort nonetheless.
Yeah, you thought it was, look, silver medal for Jamaica is an upgrade on the 3 bronze medals they've won before. Beating Australia in the pool A match to top the pool, and then beating the #2 team in the world in New Zealand back-to-back was a significant accomplishment, and it spoke to the progress that this Jamaican team has made over the years. 6 of the players play in the Sunshine's Suncorp Super League, and in the UK in the league there. So you're looking at the exposure and the experience of the players made this team better. However, there's a reason why they call the Australians the Diamonds. They're very hard to break.
And they're #1.
And they're #1, and they've been consistently #1 in the world. So I think it's a very commendable performance when you consider the fact that Jamaica took 52 shots at goal and scored 51 and still lost by 4. It's a very, very small margin, and it just speaks to the growth of the Jamaican team compared to Australia's 55 shots at goal and scored 57 shots at goal and scored 55. Jamaica had a better shooting percentage, but still lost by 4. So, but a big step forward.
Yes, I think it's also commendable that, we break down the games, Jamaica winning 2 quarters in that match, and kudos to their captain, Janelle Fowler. She has been extremely impressive in this Commonwealth Games. She has led from the front. Look, these are the quarters now. So in the first quarter, we had 12-14, then in the quarter number 2, the 17-15, quarter number 3, 10-16, and quarter 4, 12-10.
Yeah, so that's where Jamaica, the game got away from Jamaica. The third quarter, where Australia outscored, well, they started out well, actually took a 10-point lead in that quarter. 16-10. Janelle Fowler admitted that the team kind of lost control there.
Yes.
They had a little bit of a meltdown. I don't call it meltdown because a meltdown is much more severe, but they had a lapse.
Yeah.
They had a lapse that allowed the Australians to go into the ascendancy. And even though they outscored the Australians 12-10 in the fourth quarter, it was too big a margin to overcome, and I think that's what cost them in the end. But still, the fact that Jamaica won 2 quarters and they tied the second quarter, to go into halftime at 29 all, just tells you how tough the Jamaicans fought, how hard the Jamaicans fought, just to come up short in the end.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff from the Jamaica Sunshine Girls, and of course now the only medal they'll be aiming for next will be that gold medal. Well, also on Sunday, Trinidad and Tobago's 4x400 meters men team, comprising of Dwight St. Hilaire, Che Lara, Marshall Cedeno, and Jareem Richards, clocked 3 minutes 1.29 seconds to win gold, their third of the games. So good was the win that the country's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, took to social media to heap praise on them. All right, so this is the congratulations message. Congratulations, Trinidad, to Jareem Richards, Dwight St. Hilaire, Asa Guevara, and Marshall Cedeno 4x400 relay team gold. So Leighton, of course, very, very impressive stuff from the TNT team, and the Prime Minister recognizing that and sending his congratulations.
Listen, these guys made me so proud on Sunday. When I saw how well they ran, and of course handing off the stick to the Dream at the end, and he ran a brilliant anchor leg, 44-7 split, holding off the Botswanan, who I think believed he could have gotten past Jareem, and Jareem turned on the NOS at the end and said, "Listen, man, hold your corners. Trinidad, this comes
I got
up."
this.
And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it now. But it was such an impressive performance and deserved second gold medal for Jareem Richards, who came into these championships after the disappointment of what happened in Oregon, where he finished 6th, I think, in the 200-meter finals. 19.8 severe seconds to win the 200-meter title, new championship record, breaking Frankie Ferguson's record from 94,
yes.
And then coming and leading this team home to a gold medal. Amazing performance. I think this was one of the performances of the games.
Yeah, I have to say too, for me, Leighton, when I looked at that particular relay, I felt so proud because, coming into these games, we would have heard so many things about Trinidad and Tobago's track and field and not much positivity. So I think, this sets the direction. It also causes the authorities to raise eyebrows and, of course, for more investment and more attention to be paid to these athletes.
Absolutely. Look, these championships, like many others, would have demonstrated that there's a lot of talent in the Caribbean. All it needs is harnessing and honing, and there will be significant improvement over the years and bigger performances from them as well.
Definitely enjoyed that performance. Well, in the field now, Grenada's Anderson Peters was upset in the javelin by Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem, who uncorked a games record 91.18 meters. Grenada and the Caribbean lost out on a gold medal here, Leighton. What say you? I
don't think it would be fair to say lost out, and I think Nadeem had an extraordinary 5th throw. In these competitions, it's what you deliver on the day. And Anderson Peters, of course, clearly the best in the world. And he thought he won it with the 5th throw of 88.64. And his body language spoke to that. But Nadeem had other ideas. And the minute he let that javelin go and you saw it flying through the sky, you knew it was going to be something special. And that's what it was. Anderson Peters has thrown 90 meters about 6 times this season, but he just couldn't find one on the day. And of course, it cost him. I don't think he'd be too disappointed. I think he performed well. He struggled early in the competition. He said he couldn't find his rhythm, but still managed to uncork 88.60, which in real terms, would have probably won any other Commonwealth Games title, but not this year. Nadeem was just the better man on the day, and I think congratulations to the Pakistani, because that was an extraordinary throw. And when you look at it sail through the sky there, you knew it was going to come down beyond 90 meters. Yeah, but that was one of the weaker throws. But the 90-meter throw, it's like it would never come down. It was an extraordinary performance from Nadeem. So, you know, kudos to him, and of course, congratulations to Anderson Peters for picking up the silver medal.
Yeah, and you know, we're so accustomed to Anderson Peters
winning,
being a gold medalist that, you know, that's maybe why the choice of the words lost out on a gold medal.
Understandable. I mean, three-time character champion, two-time NCAA champion, two-time world champion. You really don't expect him to lose, but you know, it's sport.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all gloom and doom for Grenada, as they celebrated gold through Lyndon Victor, who retained his Commonwealth decathlon title. Victor completed the decathlon with a score of 8,233 points, while his brother, Kurt Felix, finished in fourth position with 7,787 points, a season best for him. Well, this was one of the mornings when I had to work Commonwealth, and gosh, Leighton, I couldn't stop talking about this performance. I felt so proud, you know, for the Grenadians, because many a times when you think about track and field, you're only hearing about Jamaica. So to see another country step up to the podium and dominate like this, I have to say a hearty congratulations.
Listen, Grenada is a spice island, and I think the name is derived from something else, but they have a lot of spice in track and field. Kirani James, Anderson Peters, and of course, you know, now Lyndon Victor, who has been consistently high-quality decathlete, and his performance. Look, one of the things that was impressive for me about Victor's performance here is that he wasn't particularly outstanding in any one discipline, but he was consistently good throughout. That allowed him to maintain his lead and, of course, win. When you saw that 1500, he started the race at, I don't know, it's like what, 6'3", 6'4". He ended the 1500 about 5'7", because his legs were gradually giving out underneath him. But it just shows his commitment to his craft and, of course, the will to win. And, you know, it paid off in the end. I thought it was a very, very brave performance from Lyndon Victor. And Kurt Felix, who hadn't competed in years, back with a fourth place finish. Extraordinary performance from him as well.
Yeah, of course, the entire Grenada has a lot to celebrate now.
Lots to celebrate.
And a lot to be very, very proud of. Well, we take a break, and when we return, we continue with our recap of the 2022 Commonwealth Games that was held in Birmingham, England.